All right, guys, we got the latest and greatest toy. I'm about to show you what's going to take HeadGames to the next level. Let's do this. Newen Seat and Guide Machine. I'm super excited about this. This is going to take HeadGames to the next level. And it's going to do so because we cannot get valve seat cutters anymore. So now what we're going to be able to do with the new one is basically a seat and guide machine that is CNC operated. So you can make all of the programs you want in this machine and it will cut it. So any angles we want, anything. The world is going to be our oyster. Tomorrow morning, my buddy Steve Vignola is going to come over. He's a rigger. He's going to bring all of his tools and he's going to be able to put this thing in place. He's going to level it and make it so we can hook some power up to it and get cutting. All right, so let's have a conversation about what makes the Newen different than the Rottler. All right, we're going to start here. This is the cutter body for the Rottler. So right now we have an SG8 MTS. We've dealt with cutter bodies for pretty much my entire career, and the biggest difference here is that these have a cutter blade. And that blade right here is your valve job. Now, because through the years, we have had a lot of cutter bodies made. Now, you'll see all these numbers correlate to a specific cutter, and they all have different angles. So you can see here the 808, which is a 4-angle valve job. See, this is a 30, 45, 60, which is, it's a domestic exhaust. It's kind of you know, like a 2, 3, 4. They all have a different angle, top angle. They usually have a 45, and then we either add 2 angles to the bottom or however you want to do it. Now, we've had these cutters custom made for many, many years. We would think about a valve job we wanted to do, figure out a top cut, figure out the bottom cut, figure out the second bottom cut, figure out all the different angles that you want and how wide you want them and the width of the 45, and you would get a custom cutter made, usually by Sonnen. We've been doing this since the inception of HeadGames, and you did that to increase flow because a valve job's not just a valve job unless you treat it as such. Sure, you can buy cutters from anybody, but or from Goodson, you can buy it from Rottler, you can buy it from a multitude of people, but the custom cutter thing went away quite a few years ago, and we're pretty much out of stock on those, and that is one difference that the Newen makes. On the Newen, what's really cool about this is that it has a single point cutter. So this is just one cutter, and you program the valve job into the machine. So you can go into the program and you say, I want this profile for whatever cylinder head, and you can store it, and now you don't need custom cutters because this is your cutter. I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of a rabbit hole as well, because now the world is our oyster and we can valve job, we can pretty much custom make anything we want on these valve jobs. So that's gonna mean that we're gonna be on the flow bench a lot. Everything is gonna go back to just learning. And on every head that we make some jam with, which is pretty much 30 of them, we're gonna figure out what valve jobs maybe work better than the ones we had. Because the problem is you're kind of limited to who can make the cutters. And as I said, the cutters can't get made anymore. And now we don't have that problem. Man, that's gonna be a lot of work. Another big difference, if you guys have ever heard of a SerDes is a live pilot. And we're gonna talk about that in a second. This machine, the Rottler SG8 MTS, the SG8 and all the Sonnen machines, they're all dead pilot. And a dead pilot means that you use a pilot, it goes inside the guide, and now it's basically dead, right? But it centers off of the guide, and it centers the cutter so that it's straight. And everything goes off that guide hole. And the difference here is this is a live pilot. So a SerDes machine and this machine, those have live pilots, which means that this pilot never leaves the body here. This whole thing stays whole, and it's going to go into the guide, and this spins as it's turning. So this is going to turn all in one. Can you see that? It all turns. And here's what I'm talking about. Valve jobs. So they have a top cut. It has a 45. It has a second cut, and then it has a bottom cut. That's a 4-angle valve job. And these are all different angles that you can get. You can get them on those blades, but now we can just program it. What's better, live pilot or dead pilot? I think that's been a thing that goes around for, it's gone around for a couple decades. I can tell you, I personally have never really had any issues with my dead pilot equipment. I've had Sun machines, I had a VGS-20, a SGM 1500, I had the Rottler when I worked at Musi, so also a Sun dead pilot machine. I've never had issues. I've always heard about a Surdy and people saying that they're the best, and I guess most people don't know that the Surdy is the best because it has a live pilot versus a dead pilot. I don't know if there's any like real advantage there because of the blade. Because the blade's going to push, it's going to deflect on the valve job, and I think that that's really the difference here, whereas this is a live pilot and it doesn't deflect. It's going to cut, but it doesn't have 3 or 4 angles that it has to dig into something. That's what makes this more accurate. What I'm saying is that this pilot and a Surdy type machine, the pilot needs to be within a couple tenths of a thousandths clearance between this and the valve guide, because it can't touch, it can't stop in there, but it needs to be tight to it, tight enough where it's not going to deflect and move around. And then the Sun, these have a much bigger increment that you can, I think these are like a thou. And then these, because they're tapered, so it's smaller on the bottom and bigger on the top. So when you put them in, this is obviously not the right one, but when you put them in, it's supposed to stick up, and it has a couple different sizes just built into it because it's a taper, whereas this is not tapered at all. This is one size, top to bottom, and it just needs to be the right one. So you got to make sure that your guides are on point. They have to be exactly a number in relation to this. It's not easy. So what happens there is you buy a lot more pilots, or you size your guides to the valve very, very tightly. We went through a whole R&D process many years ago, and we did it again here. We wanted to make sure, because we get custom reamers. We get custom reamers so we don't have to hone each guide. We want to ream each guide, and we ream it to the correct size, and then we measure it. We have no-go gauges to measure the guide size, and we wanted to make sure that when we moved into this machine, that those guide holes were going to be super on point, because you could get away with a little bit with the dead pilot, but you ain't getting rid of nothing with a live pilot. Too loose, you know it. Too tight, everybody knows it. Basically what I mean is, this machine, if the guide was a little loose, you put the pilot in there and it's okay because it's tapered and it would be fine. So too loose, you know it. On this machine, too tight, everybody knows it, because you're going to break some stuff, and that top piece up there, that piece right there, that thing's like 20 grand. So you got to be on point. So now the valve jobs look a little different, because now we got it on basically a screen. I got to figure out what all that means, and the depths and the feed rates and everything else is on the machine now, and you can just, but the cool thing, as I said, we can remake the cutters in this program, and then we can cut them. We don't have to worry about somebody else having to cut our stuff or make us a blade. We have the blade. I got some action shots previously recorded on this. Check them out. I'll bring up another cool little doodad. You guys are seeing this piece here hit the deck of the cylinder head. So what does that do? So that is basically telling the head of this machine, or telling the machine where the deck surface is in relation to the valve seat. So once it senses how deep it's supposed to go, it knows. So now we went from our valve jobs being within 3 to 5 thousandths, and now they're within 1. Now, obviously there is a caveat to that because there's stack tolerances here. There's the valve, there's the spring pocket you might measure it off of. And to give you an idea, a human hair is like 2 to 4 thousandths, I think. A dollar bill, a US dollar bill, is 7 thousandths thick. So that gives you an idea of how accurate those, by hand, by manual machine versus this machine, it's a little bit better. And let's talk about the biggest difference here is that this machine is manual. So this machine's manual, meaning that you have to turn a wheel and you can fine tune it. So you can lock this guy in, and then you can fine tune the valve job. And that's what turns this down. That's what turns the head of the machine down. And you can see here, like the depth, right? I can do that manually. This machine's a CNC. So basically you're telling it everywhere you want it to go. And all you have to do is line up this pilot into the guide, and this thing, you press go, and this thing's going to cut. So a lot of guys are going to think that the port is your holy grail. It's the whole enchilada of a good port, of a good cylinder head, of something that's going to make some jams, something that's going to break world records. And actually that is not the truth. In my experience, the port is a very important part, but the valve job is as equal or more than the port. So like our pocket ports, they work so well because we flow test and we know what valve job works on them, which is only going to get better now that we have the new one, because we're going to be able to figure out and not have to get cutters that cost a lot of money, and we're taking wild guesses and we're trying to figure stuff out, and we go into a certain direction and we stop there because it's too costly. Now it doesn't cost anything but time in order to jump on that flow bench and start figuring out what else can work. What else can we pull air from? Because there is airflow. There's a lot of airflow in a valve job. I've seen 30, 40 CFM, which is what some people pick up porting. I've seen that just in the valve job. All right, I got a couple people to thank. First off, Pascale from Newen. She would hit me up every couple months just to say, hey Dave, you need one of these. And I knew she was right. And the reason why I know she's right is because it's going to up our quality. So thank you, Pascale, for always pushing that bear, because you knew I kept telling you I was going to get it, and here he is. But the second thing is, it's going to up our quality. I knew it would. I knew that the problems we had with the dead pilot stuff, or with the fixed cutter, I knew that this machine was going to change that, and it already has. So now you don't really have to lap anything in. You don't have to do any, like, stuff fits as long as the valve is good. So but that's a whole nother video, that not all valves are created equal. But our quality is going to go up. And I want to say that these are dream machines for a guy like me. We dream of buying a Centroid. I dreamed for years about buying a Centroid. I wanted a 5-axis CNC, so I didn't have to port by hand everything. And then I really wanted a new one, because I knew it was going to up our game even more. And that's a really big deal, guys, and I get to share it with you. And I really appreciate you, our customers, past and present, who have made this thing possible. I couldn't have done it without you. And thank you very much for watching today. If you're still watching, make sure you like, you subscribe, you comment below, and catch you next time. Toodles.
HeadGames!